everyone. I'm Hanan.
I'm Lina.
And together we are Obnoxiously Pleasant. Thank you guys for joining us again. Hopefully it's again. If it's not again and if it's your first time, then welcome. We are so happy to have you. Today's episode is about toxic friends. We're not toxic friends.
No, definitely not.
Right?
Definitely not. We're good friends.
We're good friends.
We're excellent friends.
We're good friends. But
Yes.
Today's episode is about toxic friends. Friendships are probably some of the most difficult relationships that you maintain throughout your life.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't have that many, but I'm okay. I just keep, I keep my, I keep it to a minimum.
Yeah. She keeps her circle small, which is fine.
Yes.
But it's a small, loyal, positive group of friends, people who bring joy, to her life. I think friendships are probably some of the most difficult relationships that you work on throughout your lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, I equate finding a friend with dating because you kind of have to go through people. You have to figure out if it's the right person for you, if it's a good fit, if it's not a good fit.
I think at a certain point in life, you stop doing that.
I don't.
I mean, I did. I stopped a long time ago.
I love meeting new people.
Yeah,
no, I don't. I never stopped doing that. But no, I think it is kind
and that's what makes us so different.
Yeah, it is kind of like dating. You do spend your time looking and kind of sorting through and getting through people until you find somebody who's a good fit for you.
So if it's like dating, that means I just have one night stands all the time.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll go out, have fun with you, and then I'm like, I'll never call you.
Yeah, I'm never going to see you again. Yeah. Thanks for coming out. Yeah,
it makes me sound really bad, doesn't it?
No, but people do say she's my bitchy friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. What I think is really important in finding a good friend, right, is understanding what you're looking for, understanding what your qualities are, and then understanding what is it about the other person that makes you the two of you click, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say it's like dating, it's because you go through so many people before you find that person that you're like, oh, I really love spending time with you. I really like hanging out with you. But until you find that gem, you go through people, and sometimes you make mediocre relationships, but sometimes you get into these relationships where you think it's so awesome, but it's really the opposite of that.
It's not.
It is.
No, and you and I have both had some
toxic
experiences,
friends.
But you deal with it, I think, a little bit different than I do. And this is part of the discussion we're going to have as how do you deal with a toxic friend? And when do you know you're actually friends with someone who's
toxic for you? Yeah. It's funny for me. I love to gain my energy. And I said this on the last episode. You guys will hear me say that a lot. I gain so much. I recharge my battery by being around my friends, by going out and seeing people, not just any people, but my friends. That's how I really recharge my battery. That's how I feel like I'm so ready to do my life again the next day.
So when you're that kind of person, you don't need someone weighing you down or just being a user.
I can't have somebody, somebody draining me. And it's funny because I have a friend that we had this discussion with. His name is Ahmed, and he also has a podcast called The Study with Ahmed Yunus.
Yep,
little shout out.
Yep.
But we had this very discussion about the types of people that are in your life that feed your battery, and then the types of people that are in your life that drain your battery.
Yes. So
right?
what are the types? Because I know there's always that one friend that's a drama queen.
Somebody who's a user, somebody who a user is somebody who's around you just to gain from you.
Exactly.
Right? Just to gain from you. And not just that, somebody who's constantly competing with you is not your friend.
Oh my God, that's pretty bad.
Right?
Yeah. And the pessimist.
Oh my God, those are my favorite.
The depressing ones.
The ones who are like, the world is ending. Or the person who just can't find just that little bit of joy in anything that happens. They're constantly complaining. The complainer. I'm all for, if something's going bad, I listen to you, but if you're constantly complaining, that is a huge problem.
Those are the same ones that it's okay for them to complain for hours on end. Yeah. But the minute you start telling them something happening in your life, they're just like, they either they try to switch the conversation back to their issues or say they have to go.
Yeah. Even if they don't have to go, but you're right. It's always, they shift the conversation. It's about
definitely.
them. Yeah. But and it's so hard. Sometimes the sad part for me about toxic friends is that sometimes it really does take a long time I'll talk about myself, for me to recognize that this person really is negative.
Hanan is very nice. And so, if you guys, the people that know Hanan, she's just a sweetheart.
For me, it's not that it takes me a long time, is that I really like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm a people lover. I do enjoy the company of people. I enjoy meeting new people. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt once, twice, but the third time I'm like, I'm done.
Okay, but for me, the worst type of toxic friend has to be the user. I mean, they're all bad. The user, the competitor. Because I've had experiences with both, but the user and the one that it's always about them.
Yeah.
You know, like, I just don't have time for that.
In my personal opinion, the worst type of toxic friend is the person who competes with you and steals from you and steals your idea and steals your energy. And I can't be around somebody like that, because the whole point is that we're supposed to uplift each other.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just gain from me and drain me so that you can grow and you can be better.
Yeah.
Those people for me are the worst.
Yeah. And I mean, like, what makes us different is how you deal with. I think you have this thing called the circle.
Oh yes, yes.
What was it?
That's what I wanted to talk about. Like how we both, kind of live
we
our
operate
lives
differently.
Yeah, we
Completely
operate
differently.
We operate very, very, very.
Yeah, I'll let you do your. I'll let you explain to them how your little circle and how that works. It's like an onion.
It is an onion. Well, kind of like an onion. I like to think,
but it doesn't smell that bad though. Go ahead.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
No, but I like to think of it as I'm Saturn and they're the rings around me, if that makes sense.
That's a nicer way of putting it.
Basically, I live my life in circles. So I'm in the center, right? Me, the person that is, I'm in the middle of that circle. The closest circle around me are the folks that I trust the most.
Yeah.
These are the people that I've come to have expectations of. These are the people that I know that I can rely on. These are my close friends. This is my tight social circle that I know that if I'm ever sad, if I'm ever unhappy, if I'm ever in a space where I need someone to recharge my battery, those people are going to be it for me, right?
Yeah.
And then the circles just go out from there. And as you get further and further out on the circle, we may not have the same level of interaction. We won't have the same level of interaction, obviously, but I just don't.
Yeah, but see, they have to understand
though.
though. They have to understand that, like, we have to put it into context for the people that don't know you.
That's true.
Hanan, anywhere she goes, everybody knows her. Like, you can't go out to dinner or any event.
Nobody knows me in Zambia, okay?
No, everybody in the DC metropolitan area knows Hanan. Everybody in the northeastern part of the United States probably knows Hanan. So she's just nice, and she's very. The thing about her, I give her a lot of credit, and I respect her so much for, because I can never do that. Is she keeps up with those obligations?
I like that.
She does. Think it's, and we always joke,
but only if you matter to me.
That's true.
No,
sometimes you're doing stuff for people you shouldn't be doing for. So sometimes she'll be like, sometimes we make fun of the fact that we act like a married couple.
Yeah.
So she'll call me. She'll go, listen, we got to send flowers to this person. I'm like, okay.
Because, their mother passed away. Or listen, we have to call this person because they just have a baby. Okay. Yeah. They just had a baby.
And then I'll tell her, just tell me how much I owe you, and pretty just send it out in both our names.
But I think that works. But I think that's a nice balance that we have.
No,
you discover where what boundaries you have with somebody, and what is okay and what is not okay. Mm-hmm. But for me, I can't do what I do with her with other people.
But for me, what I'm saying, the way you operate, about the toxic, for you, there's certain, because you have people in different categories.
Yeah, layers and categories.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
So for you, you're okay with hanging out with someone who's not very close. But for me, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I'm not going to waste my precious time on somebody I don't really care about.
I have my fun time friends.
Yeah. See? Yeah. I don't have my fun.
And I love them. And we get along so well, and they're great. And that's sort of like what our.
But I just can't do that, because for me, it's a waste of time. And my time is valuable. I'd rather be spending my time doing something else.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste it on.
But she has like 24 hours in the day, and I have like 48 hours in the day.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, do you have a specific story, without getting into names or details, about
a toxic friend?
Because we both share one.
Oh my God.
We're not getting into details, but yeah, this person, the classic user.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Somebody who just constantly needs something from you. They won't call you. They won't check on you until they need you.
Yeah, and they'll disappear for a couple years and then try to come back in. And I'm like,
it doesn't have to be years. It could just be months. Like whatever.
Or years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this person has done it a couple times.
Yeah,
too.
But it's just I can't. For me, I have a really hard time not helping someone when I know that I'm capable of doing that. Like, that's very difficult for me. Lina doesn't have that problem. Right?
I mean, you make me sound like a complete jerk, but like
she's not a jerk, but for her, that's how she disassociates herself.
No, because listen, I'll give you one chance. I mean, 2 chances.
Yeah.
Okay, you mess up the first time, I'll be like, there's a red flag. Okay. Let me just watch out. You do that again, and that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just can't.
Yeah, I
mean, loyalty in friendship is important, and don't we've been friends for so long because we just don't have these issues.
Yeah, but I also think it's not about not having these issues. I really think it's different. I really think it's what, like I said, it's the boundaries that you set with somebody, the life experiences that you have with somebody. So if I was to make a mistake, because none of us are perfect, right? I think that because we have such a long, deep, like, relationship, if I was to make a mistake, whether it's by on purpose or not on purpose, you would be a lot more willing to forgive me.
Oh, for sure, because I'd be like, hey, no, because we wouldn't let it like sit there and like, just.
The problem with a toxic friend though is that they'll
talk behind your back.
Well, that's one of the things,
things, yeah.
But no, the problem with a toxic friend is that they will never, like, if her and I had a fight and I knew I was wrong, I'd come and apologize.
Yeah, definitely.
My experience was that you give so much to someone, my personal experience, you give so much to someone, and then when you tell them, you're like, okay, I'm going to go, I'm going to face this person, I'm going to tell them how I feel, right? You hurt me. Yeah. And they just gaslight you. Yeah. Like it's your fault.
No, because that's part of having a good friend. You need to have that line of communication where, like, I can be honest. Like but I want to go back to one point where you said, you have different categories of friends, and there's friends of mine that are very close to me, but I don't speak to them often, and we share some of those friends. Yeah. Okay. And I can think of one person, for example, like Dana. Dana, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I love you.
We love you.
But I'm not good. Sometimes I'm not very what's the word? I don't know. Like, I'm not
She's a terrible phone call person. Yeah, she's a terrible texter.
No, I'm not. I'm great at text. No, but yeah, she's bad. That's what I'm talking about. She understands. She doesn't get mad at me. Yeah. And now we have this podcast, so we have to see each other. But we would go weeks.
On a bi-weekly schedule.
Yeah, but we go weeks. We used to go weeks without seeing each other. But
the pandemic was also really terrible. Yeah, for that.
and then
lockdown,
like and then like some friends of mine, I love these friends, and like when we get together, it's like we've never been apart.
It's hard, but that's what I'm saying. It's dynamic. That's the dynamic, and it's dynamic that equals whether or not somebody
but my point is, those friends of mine that I truly care about and that I have this kind of relationship with, where I'm not constantly speaking to them on a regular basis, they know who I am and they know that I love them.
Exactly.
And they know,
it's the dynamic.
Yeah. So it's okay because they get me. They're not going to judge me because I'm not calling them like Hanan does every day on FaceTime.
I don't call every day on FaceTime. Every day. Dana, comment. I don't call every day on FaceTime.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Yeah, but it's true. I don't. Her and I don't remember the last time.
I don't know how you make the time, not even to call people. She freaking comments on everybody's social media posts.
I love everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
no,
I love people too.
Look,
but
you are such a liar. You do not love people. Oh my God, that was a straight face. She actually wasn't straight face. That was just a straight up lie.
I tried.
It was a lie. Just like,
I love some people.
Yeah, but honestly, and I think that's what makes things work for us, right? Like I told you, just to bring this back, I told you guys about the way I, handle my relationships, and that's through layers and categories. Lina is very different. Lina is super social in a very close circle, if you can imagine that.
Yes, I am.
It's literally like this tiny circle.
And the thing is, this lockdown messed me up big time. Like now I'm not even very social at all. Like I'm just like, there's no social.
We went from being like 40 and fabulous to me being like,
we weren't 40 before the lockdown. You keep bringing our age up.
She's just mad. Like I think we look amazing.
I'm mad because we were supposed to have a freaking party at her 40th. We didn't do. I was gonna curse.
We didn't do anything for our 40th. It was really
I came to you though.
That's Remember? True. You did come. Yeah, she got me a really nice best friend book. It's tiny, and she wrote all the things she loved about me.
It took me a while.
Yeah, and I blew up balloons.
I'm a good friend.
Yeah, from a Target, from a Target helium tank. I did a good job. It wasn't my best work, but I did a good job. So I spoke to you guys previously about how I like to live my life in circles, right? And categories, and how that helps me put boundaries around my relationships with people, but it also helps me easily identify who might be a toxic or negative person in my life. This way I can, disassociate myself or eliminate them or not let them come closer into my inner circle. Lina socializes differently. She socializes very much so in a closed circle.
Yes.
But if you're somebody who doesn't really like making new friends, how do you make new friends? How do you invite people into your social circle?
I don't.
She really doesn't.
I have the friends that I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I'm good. Like honestly, I'm not trying to sound like a complete jerk. And she told me we're not allowed to curse, so I want to use a different word.
But
I'm not gonna use it.
But I also think you weren't always like that.
I wasn't.
That because you had a lot of incidents.
Yes, exactly. So I'm just done with that, and I'm not gonna myself up with these people for failure to have a toxic friendship, like you said. But for me, it's like I have amazing friends in my life now. I'm good. I'm not.
But what happens when you meet somebody and you really
but that's
like
different.
their ideas
If I meet
values?
someone who's amazing, obviously, I'm not like, I'll give them a chance.
So what gets them inside that social circle? Because here's this, right? We're supposed to be helpful too.
Okay, sure. Okay, for like if I hang out with this person more than once, a few times, and I realize that they're not annoying or toxic, and now at this point in our life,
for you, like what makes somebody toxic?
I just don't want negative energy. Like if you. Like, I just want someone who's positive, and I get it. Sometimes life sucks, and when you're talking with your friend, that you're going to share some of those thoughts. But like, if you're someone new, because your question is very specific. So if someone new comes into my life and I realize all they do is complain or whine, or they have negative vibes and they're only saying negative things, or if they're very critical of others, then that's a red flag for me. I'm not interested in that. Someone who can have an intellectual conversation with me, someone who can challenge. It's like you said, it's like dating. You're right.
Yeah, I like someone who makes me laugh.
Yeah, obviously that too.
And long
obviously.
walks on the beach. I'm just
but
kidding,
I'm saying like I need to get something positive from it. And I know it sounds selfish, but it's not really, because I'm also giving you that
time and energy and effort.
I'm reciprocating what you're giving me. I'm giving back to you. But I don't want our hangout session to be doom and gloom all the time.
I 100% agree with that. But I also, for me, really honestly, it's somebody who just drains me. And I agree with you so much. Drains me isn't just negativity, right? Mm-hmm. Drains me is somebody who I feel that just spends time with me to gain my energy and then go off because they need that positivity in their life. I absolutely cannot stand that.
Yeah. And then the other thing in regards to that, like people draining you, for me, like I'd have people call me and, complain about what's happening. And I get it. You can do that once, twice, 3 times, even 5. But then if the one thing that really bothers me, these people who do that, they ask for advice and then they don't take it. If you're not going to take the advice,
assholes.
Yeah.
Those people are called assholes.
If you don't take the advice, why are you bothering me? Like, why are you calling me to tell me? If you're going to keep doing the same mistakes over and over again, don't call me. And if you're going to keep complaining about the same situation that you're in, then I don't want to hear it. For me, the way I live my life is, if I don't like something in my life, I change it. If I can't change it, either I leave it or I live with it.
Yeah.
And I move on with my life.
I think that's really important.
You know what I mean? Like and then I've had to learn that too. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, I've had to, like, I don't want to be that annoying friend either. Like, I don't want to keep like harassing somebody and complaining about the same issue. Either I change it, like I said, or I move away from it or move on. But to constantly, that's one thing I can't stand. People who constantly complain, people who are negative. And, there's places and times for that. I get it. But I just.
That is, I totally agree with you. But it's good to know, that at least at some point the circle will be taking applications.
At this point, no, we're not. But maybe in the near future, depending on how I feel.
I think, honestly, it's totally fine. I see your perspective. I don't think anybody can we don't socialize in the same manner.
No.
And it's funny because, the reason that we got on this topic to begin with, this idea of like toxic friends, is because, well, we're doing this together and we're friends and we've been through a lot of friends together. So it was just, as you get older, it's nice to realize, hey, this is what I enjoy about having this relationship versus, just kind of being open and allowing anybody in, spending time with anybody, giving your effort up on anybody. Look, having a good friend is something really, really hard to do and really hard to find. Like, let's not undervalue or underestimate how important it is to have that solid friend. All I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be, 5 friends, 10 friends. It could just be one solid friend. I think it's really important to, when you finally figure out why somebody makes you feel uncomfortable or why someone's toxic, to get rid of them.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Breaking up with a friend is just as bad as getting a divorce.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because you invested a lot of time.
You invested a lot of time.
And feelings.
Effort, energy. And for anybody out there that had like a terrible divorce, please don't send me hate mail. I know it's difficult. All I'm saying is that it's a relationship. Ending any relationship is really, really difficult.
Yeah, but don't be sentimental.
Yeah.
Just rip that bandage off like I do all the time. Just like, okay, bye.
Yeah. I mean,
she's nicer than me, but
I am nice, but at the same time, my biggest thing is, when I'm going to you to confront you about something and you're not going to take that feedback from me, that's when I really stop being nice. Then I figure out that you're nowhere near as invested in me as I am in us or you or the relationship.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. Don't be sentimental. And I think
be
you just
honest.
be straight up.
Honest.
Be straight up about your feelings.
You know, like you don't have to be mean.
It's usually honesty, by the way, that gets you to understand how the level of toxicity in a relationship between you and somebody else.
That's true.
And then just end it. Just move on.
Yeah.
Move on. And it's going to be difficult because you'll have mutual friends and you'll see them at places.
So when you have you ever completely shut somebody out of your life? Because,
absolutely.
I don't know. Really?
Absolutely.
So do you completely delete them off social media? Because I would tell
absolutely.
Okay. Do you keep their number?
No.
I keep their number for one reason only. So I can see if they ever, because that person we were talking about has a habit of calling.
Oh, yeah. No, I just move on. I'm
so
done.
Delete.
It's very hurtful when I finally figure out that somebody's taking advantage of me or somebody's like draining me or somebody's annoying me. I want nothing to do with it. I want to just close the chapter and move on.
Yeah. And you know, you'd probably just make new friends, right?
No, I already have friends. I'm good.
Really? You're coming on my side.
Yeah,
now.
I have friends.
Great. So we're in agreement.
I mean, I love meeting new people, but again, remember circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, circles.
Okay.
Categories.
And just, I think once you decide to, you know, end that relationship, I think you just don't go back to it.
I agree.
Because, you know, people at a certain age, people don't change.
But that's kind of like why, you know, being sentimental and then getting, you know, completely deleting somebody off of your phone, social media, whatever, and then not engaging with them again. All these things kind of go hand in hand. Yeah. It really is a breakup. You just end things definitely. And you move on. You have to never look back. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Obnoxiously Pleasant, where we talked about toxic friends and how to disassociate yourself from them. I hope you guys join us next week, and please like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to see your engagement.
Yes,
please send us emails. I know I said in the first episode.
It doesn't have to be emails. Just leave a comment.
I know I said I don't want hate mail, but I'll take hate mail at this
I
point.
told you.
Yeah. At this
I'm okay with that.
But I think it's fine. It just gives me like energy. It motivates me to do more.
Yes. But they have been very supportive. Thank you so much, guys.
It's really been awesome. Thank you, and come back and see us next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.